So what is different about these than the ones before? Yeah, they have variables mixed in, okay? Now I want you to notice that on these four, A, B, C, and D, that there are no plus signs and minus signs. When there's plus signs and minus signs, things are different. But if you look at A, I'm going to do A and C with you. I'm going to have you do B and D yourself. I would say the easiest way is to just break up all the factors like I've shown you before. So 8, if you think about 8, that's 4 and 2, 2 and 2. Okay. Y, you can't really break Y up any more than that, can you? So we have 8y over 2y cubed. So 8 breaks into 2 times 2 times 2. And y, well, that breaks up as y. Now when you think of the number 2, what, 2 is 2 times 1, right? And then, so it's already broken down as much as you can, so just write it as 2. And then y cubed means y, y, y. And so when you simplify algebraic fractions, just like numerical fractions, you divide out common factors. So is there a factor? Y. Okay, so I could cross off a y and a y. 1 for 1. And what else? A 2 and a 2. Now which 2 you cross off doesn't matter, just as long as you do 1 on the numerator, 1 on the denominator. Okay? There's no other common factors to divide out. So you write down what's left over. 2 times 2 is 4. And y times y is y squared. Okay? Now jumping to C, so 7. 7 is 7 times 1, so we're going to leave that as 7. A to the 6, well that means A 6 times. And B to the 3rd, that means B 3 times. $14 breaks into 7 and 2, and it doesn't break up any more than that. And I probably should have put time symbols in there, but when you write them next to each other, it means times. And then A to the 5th means 5 A's. And B to the 4th is 4 B's. Now you divide out common factors. What are some common factors? Okay, so I could divide out 3 B's. 1 for 1, right? I encourage you to do 1 for 1, 1 for 1. So 1 for 1, 1 for 1. Any other B's to cross off? To divide out? No. What about any others? A's? Let's see. 1, 1. A second one. A third one. A fourth one. A fifth one. Right? And what else? 7. A 7. Now be careful when you cross things off. Sometimes you think you crossed something off, you really didn't. What's left looks like an A. And down here, a 2B. Now, you may not mess with all this stuff in the middle. I'm just kind of showing you how the factors work out. Because 7 over 14, doesn't that reduce to 1/2? Which is 1 over 2? Right? What I do is when the denominator is bigger than the numerator, I do 14 divided by 7, and then I put that number here. That's how I do it. And then you also may remember there's a rule for a to the 6 over a to the 5th that says you subtract the exponent. So 6 minus 5 is 1, right? And then when you go to the b's, you still subtract, but you have more b's down here. 4 minus 3 is 1. So you had more b's down in the denominator. That's why there's 1 b left here. Okay. So notice when we get to a problem like E, and I'm going to show you how to do E, notice it has a plus sign. Those are different. Okay, when you do these, you're going to have to do like GCF and A equals 1 trinomials. Okay. But in the meantime, if there's no plus signs or minus signs, those are the easiest ones. Why don't you guys try B and D? Okay. And when you're done with B and D, you should get those. Okay? So try those.